Cowboys and the New York Giants. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. A first down throw for Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Prescott. This to Jarwin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Now Prescott.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice...
That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Prescott's pass complete to Michael Gallup. Touchdown, Dallas.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and we are tied at 7. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop. 2nd and 5 now. Jones, that's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. That one a first down pickup of 8. The numbers in last week's contest for Ingram, 11 catches, 120 yards even.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Elliott. And an alley to run. And they work this out past the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Cooper's got him. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped down the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Prescott now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much, as he'll get forward for about a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Alec Ogletree gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. These two teams all tied after one.
Ready? 50, plant. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On 1st down, Jones. Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Barkley. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. Jones heading up here 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take a 17-14 lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kareem Martin showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long for Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
60 outlaw.
He's brought down at the 31.
You don't want no problem.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
It's a gain of 4.
Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Give him 30 yards there.
Get ready.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll go to Barkley again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Prescott to throw it. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And again, it's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one goes for 30 yards.
Let's go.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott yet again. It's caught. Cooper down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's caught by Jackson. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Again, it's Barkley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Tate's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. A quick throw. Here's Shepard. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Rosas' kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He's back to throw. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This to Jarwin. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And this is no good. Oh, by a matter of inches, he missed it wide to the right. So he came that close to tying it, but this one sails wide by a whisker.
And Brandon, pro football is a game of inches in more ways than one. That one looked good the whole way. But it's agony on one sideline, celebration on the other.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. That one looks like he'll throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And they will take a knee here. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Got it. 55, 55. Oh, here we go. Oh, come.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they?